Hey besties, hope you guys are having a good Friday. I am in my car on my way to see my aunt. She had an operation during the week, so I'm gonna head out to the hospital to see her. I'm going to just pass by, get her flowers and something she asked me for, and because it's a Good Friday, I'm being a bad girl, having myself one of these. Very chilled, very relaxed, trying to catch up on rest mostly. I do have a couple of orders that are due this coming couple of days, weeks, that I might touch on during this weekend. But yeah, let's go see my aunt. She said she wanted some chicken licking. I'm questioning, where can I get chicken licking along the way to the hospital? Hey guys, so I've gone in and I've checked in on my aunt. The nurses asked me to leave a bit because they want to change bandages and so forth, and then they'll call me back. So I'm just sitting. Okay, so the next day I decided it was time to sort out my daughter's hair as schools are opening very soon. So I bought the Dark and Lovely knotless range to wash her hair. This is me lathering the hair properly and making sure that we wash it nice and clean with the shampoo. And once that was done, we then moved on to the conditioner. Same thing applies, just making sure that the hair doesn't have any knots so that we can move on. Then I bought this ultra cholesterol treatment that I've had for a while, applied it on her hair and then left it on the hair for about 5 minutes. I always just try and massage it into the hair, and I also monitor to see if there is actually a difference, in when the hair has treatment and when it doesn't have treatment. And I've actually found that there definitely is. The texture of the hair kind of feels a bit different if you regularly treat the hair. Then we left it for 5 minutes and chilled and watched TV. I'm joking. We just, did a few things. We then rinsed off the hair, making sure that the temperature of the water is good and doesn't burn her scalp. And one thing I can tell you is I've cut this girl's hair, I'm sure 3 or 4 times, because she's got a hairline that just doesn't make sense. So I thought through cutting her hair, the hairline would be thicker and better. But now I'm realizing that this is the type of hair that she has. And historically, when she goes to the salon, it just gets worse. Then we applied the Dark and Lovely hair moisturizer to the hair, just so that I'm able to dry the hair using a hairdryer. With the hairdryer though, I do try using a cooler setting versus a hot setting when I'm drying out her hair. And the reason why I use the hairdryer is it just makes plaiting the hair easier and manageable. But also for her, I don't want her to feel like I'm trying to kill her by pulling her hair that has knots and so forth. So when you dry it out, you just make sure that it's easier to manage and maintain. As you can see, my daughter's hair is very soft and easy to deal with. It's not as hectic as Lesejo and mine's hair. So here I was putting on that hair wax. What I found with hair wax is it just makes the hair a bit neater when you do cornrows or you're plaiting whatever it is you're plaiting on it. So I put the hair wax / gel and I started plaiting her hair. So what I do when I plait the hair is I will create the line, I'll put the gel, and then I'll also take out the individual lines that I'm going to plait and just put them on opposite ends, which helps me when I plait it because then it's quick and easy. As you can see, wasn't that quick. Obviously, I put it in fast forward motion for you guys, but it becomes quick and easy for me to manage and plait the hair accordingly. And I think this hairstyle actually turned out pretty good. And I do like doing braids on Melo's hair. She loves braids. But what I've also realized with braids is they chow her hairline, because when my daughter has braids, guys, the whole world must know she's got braids. She's gonna touch it, she's gonna pull it, she's gonna do this, she's gonna do that. Next thing you know, a braid will fall out with her actual hair. And I avoid that by all means. So I do prefer doing cornrows on her hair because I've seen really good progress in terms of her hairline growing. And I do think that cornrows are just more manageable when it comes to these little ones. And at the back of this, I decided that I was going to add braids. See, so she gets the best of both worlds. She loves braids. The braids will be at the back. She will not harass the braids at the back because they're not in front. Don't ask me why. It just makes sense. So I had to give her a bit of what she wanted and a bit of what I wanted in terms of hair protection. So we then added the braids at the back all the way up. Also, guys, does this not just remind you of when we were growing up and they were doing our hair? The whole concept of sitting outside by the patio and whoever doing your hair. There's just something nostalgic about it that takes me back to when my older sister used to do my hair when I was younger, because that's where I kind of learned to do hair, by watching my older sisters do other people's hair. And I got fascinated by it and got to learn a bit on how to do hair. So I love this moment. It's always such a therapeutic, nostalgic moment. My husband joined us outside while I was doing this. I mean, the whole family, they kept coming in and out the house, coming in and out the house, while Milo and I were just chilling outside and having a good conversation. Then I decided to wrap things up for the day. I decided I was done. Even though I was left with a few braids to do, I decided it was time for me to go and cook. So I tied up her hair and left that little bun there at the top, which is where I'm still going to add a bit of braids to finish off the hairstyle. Not a professional hairdresser, but I do think that this hair turned out absolutely gorgeous, and Melo absolutely loved it. She spent I don't know how many hours looking at herself in the mirror. So this is where we end off for today when it comes to Melo's hair. Headed over to the kitchen, then I baked some, I called it banana cake just because I put it in a cake pan, but I made some banana bread / cake for the kids, gluten and lactose free with reduced sugar. Guys, forgive me, I'm very, very health conscious. My husband is on a diet. Then I gave him this banana bread with 70% dark cocoa chocolate. Listen, diet or not, I'm still gonna spoil him. So he's just gotta be strong and get used to the fact that when I make dessert, he has to have some. He enjoyed it though. Okay, so the very next day, I had a project that I had to start and make. A modern Xhosa dress for a client of mine. They were attending a wedding. So I had already cut out the skirt, which is going to be a flare circular skirt. And I had already done most of the work here. All that needed to be added was the stripes and making sure that they are aligned and straight. So I went on to my big sewing machine. I love working on this machine because it's really fast compared to my smaller one, but my smaller one also gets the job done. So here I am putting in the stripes and making sure that the dress is good and ready to go. And that was pretty much what I did on this day. but do stick around for the final product. Loving the hair, Miguel. Loving the hair.
Thanks.
Okay.
Morning, guys. It is back to school after the long holidays. I'm done bathing. I'm getting ready for school right now, and yeah, it's going to be an amazing day, and I feel so excited. First day back to school.
Okay, Miguel, we hear you. Have your breakfast. Don't let us disturb you.
No, you're not disturbing me.
So what you looking forward to at school today?
Playing with my new friends.
Why are they new? You've been playing with them for the whole year so far.
Yeah, but I make even more new friends all the time, so...
Oh, you're the popular girl.
yeah.
Oh, is that so?
Yeah.
Hey, Banna.
And I'm also excited to see my teacher again after the long holidays.
Do you feel like the holidays were long?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. It was so long that I couldn't even take my brain off my teachers.
Hey, Banna. So you're okay, that's hectic. That is absolutely hectic. Did you enjoy your holidays though?
Yeah.
What did you enjoy about them?
I enjoyed that I was playing with my baby brother Kota. We were singing and dancing. We were chasing each other. Lesego would try to scare us. And yeah, it was the most fun holiday.
Okay, that's good. I hear you. Okay, let me not disturb you. Finish your porridge.
Okay.
And then, be off to school. And enjoy your day with your friends and your teachers.
Okay.
Are you going to kill it this term? You're going to do what you did last term. This is Madam's lunch. Roast beef with cheese and lettuce, bananas and some chips. With a bottle of water.
I am off to school, done with my brekkie, and now it's time to go. And also, if you're watching this, thank you for watching it, and like and subscribe.
Okay, girl.
Bye.
Bye. What about your bag, Koto? What about? Yeah, what are you doing? Who taught you how to file your nails? Okay, back to the dress. But who said that's what you do with that? Don't ask me which day it is. Here I was just cutting off the excess fabric from the straps that I had just sewn on or sewn together. So this is just me trimming off the edges of this particular strap. And then from then on, I just fast forward the process and then move on to the ironing board. Okay, so then I head over to the ironing board to press down my seams. I use a lot of steam to do this so that the fabric is as flat as possible. But then I also get the support of this plastering tool. I don't know what it's called. Apparently it's called a trowel or something, but it's those things they use to plaster walls. I use that to press it down while it's hot. Then here I was putting in the straps for this dress. This is the bodice of the dress, by the way. And I'm just putting this on, as you will see later on in the design what the purpose of this is. You basically tie up the straps in order for the dress to look proper. It serves as a sleeve, let's put it that way. A sleeveless sleeve that kind of has bows on it. That's the whole purpose of that. I'm going to head over to the sewing machine and sew on the parts that I've just pointed out so that that is flat onto the fabric. Then I decided to take the lining and put some boning in it so that there's additional support for the bust area. This is your normal plastic boning. I ironed it first just to straighten it out and then stitch that on. Once I put the lining onto the fabric, I then headed over to the sewing machine again to put a top stitch so that when you are wearing the dress, you don't see the lining through on the other side. Okay, now the bodice is done. This is basically it with the lining. Yesterday I completed the skirt. So now I am going to be adding a bit of detail to the bodice, which is this floral detail. I'm putting this applique on, which I am going to be hand stitching. So I'm just laying it out on the fabric first to see how the final product is going to look, and making sure that I had placed them correctly across the entire chest. So I was pinning them down so that when I start stitching, nothing moves and I know where everything should be in its perfect order. Okay, then I went ahead and hand stitched the applique all over the dress. This took quite a bit of time, but I was practically done with the dress and waiting for the client to come for a fitting. So once I've stitched all of this on, I then decided to call it a night, and that was the final product, the dress sitting on the mannequin, and my client will be coming through for a fitting tomorrow. Here is the final dress, client fitting. She was very, very happy with this dress, I don't want to lie. She said it turned out way better than she thought it would, way better than she expected it to. And I was also pretty chuffed at how good she looked in the dress, especially since we were speaking about how to cut that circular skirt and making sure that it doesn't make her too big or doesn't. After that fitting, I then went over and continued doing her husband's shirts because, as mentioned, they're going to a Xhosa wedding. So I just added stripes onto my pattern that I had created for the Xhosa shirt so that it kind of matches the elegance of her dress. Okay. Once I had added the stripes, there was additional detail that I needed to add onto the neckline. See, the white stuff there is basically soap. I use soap or tailor's chalk just to make sure that the lines are aligned to each other. Very difficult thing to do when you're sewing this, just to make sure that everything is aligned accordingly. But yeah, I went ahead and added on this particular detail onto the shirt. It was the first time actually me making a shirt like this, so I was a bit worried as to how it would turn out. Not so confident when it comes to the male stuff. Then we went to the sewing machine, added buttons. Yes, I used the sewing machine to put my buttons in. This is a trick I learned a long time ago, which I still use and love because it just makes life easier, makes your shirts buttons look so professional when you put them on. So then I went and stitched the buttons in like so. Okay, so this is the final product of the buttons being placed onto the shirt, and this is how gorgeous they looked. Hi guys. Today while I was driving to work, I had a moment where I was thinking about, the importance of our dreams and how we should never ignore our dreams by any means necessary. You have to chase that dream, guys. You have to chase that dream. I was thinking about this because I've always had this dream. According to my mom, look, I've loved clothes forever, right? And because I loved clothes, we never had the money at home to buy clothes. We never had the money to buy clothes. I remember when I was in high school, my mom would give me 10 Rand for lunch. And I would take that 10 Rand and put it away in my piggy bank. And I'd put that money away. At the end of every term, school term, I'd take out the money that's in there. I'd head over to Mr. Price and buy myself clothes. That's how I managed to get myself clothes in high school. Because if I didn't do that, trust me, if I'm lucky, I would have gotten clothes in Christmas, right? But now that I'm an adult, I think back and I realize my love for clothes and fashion and how I would rip up my jeans and turn them into skirts and so forth. That this was always embedded in me, that I love fashion and I've always wanted to be a fashion designer because I've always wanted to look good. My style, different here, similar there to other people. Like, I'm very different. I feel like I dress according to my mood, right? According to my mom, when I was in grade 8, I told her that I was going to become a fashion designer. I don't remember this. I don't want to lie to you. I don't remember this. But one thing that I do definitely remember throughout this time is I have always loved clothes. And I always vowed and promised myself that I will always look good when I grow up and eventually have a job. And that's been something that has been a driving force behind me, right? And my business and me loving clothes as much as I do. So why I'm talking about dreams, if I never took the first step of buying myself this very sewing machine, I wouldn't be where I am. What I find about a lot of us when it comes to our dreams is we procrastinate. We procrastinate everything. We'll come up with a brilliant idea, but instead of implementing that idea and failing and implementing and failing again and implementing until you get it right, we will dwell on that idea, thinking about every single little thing that could possibly go wrong. If I start this business, what could go wrong? Ooh, what if that happens? Ooh, what if that happens? What are people going to say? What will they say if you succeed? Have you ever thought about that? So what I find very interesting is people have big dreams. People have dreams. You hear, I would like to. This is what I want to do one day. But it's always this one day as if tomorrow is promised. Yet you don't even know if you'll wake up tomorrow morning. Maybe you will just sleep tonight and just never wake up, and you would have never lived your full life. True full potential would have never been reached. All because you were too worried about what if this happens? What if that happens? Guys, we're wasting time. Procrastination is stealing our dreams. I don't want to lie. You want to start a YouTube channel, but you're still worried about what people are going to say. Everything that you dream of is going to be difficult to start. Video number 1, was I good? No. Video number 2, was I good? No. I'm still not that great when it comes to the videos. You know what I mean? But I'm pursuing it. Comes to fashion designing. I'm a self-taught fashion designer, by the way. Self-taught, as in I bought that machine, went to the store, they showed me a few tricks, and I started sewing. Some skills, you could say I went and enhanced here and there just to make sure that I'm doing things the right way, but most of it is self-taught. So all I'm trying to say here is whatever dream has been placed in your heart is there for a reason. Dreams delayed are not dreams denied. You can still achieve whatever dream you have if you put your heart and mind to it. There is nothing more liberating than finding your voice and living in your truth and knowing who you are and knowing what you love and pursuing it boldly without worrying what the next person is going to say. We are always so concerned about other people. Meanwhile, those people don't even give a single ooh about you. They're not thinking about you right now. And once you start letting your own light shine, you go boldly in the direction of your dreams, you give other people the same permission and say, hey, it's okay to dream. It's okay for you to go ahead and do it. Yes, you, looking into the camera. It's okay. Follow your heart. Follow your dream. Don't let the fear of the unknown hold you back. Let the fear be the driving force behind what you want to do. I don't know who I'm speaking to. I don't know who's going to feel this message. I have absolutely no idea. But whatever dream has been placed in you is placed for a reason. Do not ignore that dream. Do not ignore that dream. If you want to live a purposeful life, stop thinking and analyzing and psychoanalyzing and even analyzing more and trying to find all the reasons why the plan will not work. I'm just saying, what if it works? Just what if? Think about it. The next time you have an idea, implement it. Fail. Implement again, differently this time, fail again. And eventually, you will be successful in whatever it is that you are trying to pursue. That's all I had to say today. Love you guys to bits. Hope to see you on the next one.